Heyo, we're back doing another video. It is Tuesday the 19th of August. It's 20 past 11. I'm gonna bash this out quickly and I can get changed, head to the gym, and that'll be my day done. In this video, I wanted to talk about the journeys a bit more. So last video, we introduced myself and this channel. Tonight, I want to make this as a follow-up, particularly focusing on something I mentioned and want to elaborate on. I can probably make my microphone be in a better place. Hold on. Maybe that's better, hopefully. Anyway, can you tell I'm reading off a script? I hope I get better at this. I hope eventually I can just look directly in the lens and not need to occupy myself with words on the screen. But anyway, so when I talked about the kind of content you could expect to see, and I talked about showcasing interests and hobbies and personal projects and random ramblings or updates like a journal, one of the things I talked about was this idea of journeys, which would be like these life goals that I realized were going to take a while to achieve. Goals that would require some real time and effort putting into them. So because they can't really exist as a one and done video, I described them as being journeys. And the current journeys that I'd like to start off on this channel and really capture the process of the fitness journey, the motorbike journey, and the fears or phobias journey. I'm not sure which one sounds better. The phobias journey? The fears journey? I don't know, you tell me. So to break those down further, is that better? I don't know, I'm so shit with audio. But to break those down further, you could probably assume what the fitness journey is going to be. It's all going to be centered around my ongoing goal to get myself in better shape. I won't say it's especially aesthetics driven. I do want to look good. I think most people want to like look in the mirror and feel good about themselves. But as it is, I'd say I'm quite accepting of myself physically. Way more accepting of myself than I was in my teens. So this journey, I think it's way less about looking good and way more about actually being and feeling good. So good health is the key here. The real goal there is protecting my health and improving my health and fitness and raising it to a higher standard than it currently is. The motorbike journey, just like the fitness journey, I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory. It's in the title, you know. I want to learn how to ride, and then I want to eventually own a motorbike in a very shallow, surface level way. It's just cool. Motorbikes are just cool. It doesn't matter what media you see them in, factual, fictional, comics, games, films, TV, books, video games. You see a character or a person riding a motorbike, they just have aura, and there is totally an aesthetic value there, unlike the fitness journey. But, you know, it's not all shallow. There is proper reasons for this. Besides just looking cool. On a practical level, you know, I'm young, I'm a single guy. I don't have a partner or kids, or even like my friends. Most of them already drive themselves, so I don't have anyone I need to transport but myself. As far as like my work and the things I get up to are considered, I don't really need to be carrying around a lot of equipment or gear or anything that would necessitate a car's cargo space. So for the cost of motorbike lessons, the protective equipment, buying, maintaining, and running a motorbike, that's going to cost me way less than if I was to pay for driving lessons for a car, and if I was to purchase a car and maintain that car. In my position, there is a financial incentive where it just makes way more sense for me to run a motorbike than to run a car. And, you know, yeah, I do think motorbikes are really cool. Finally is the fears or phobias journey. To break this one down, to be quite blunt, I am scared of heights. I don't do well the higher off the ground I get. And I'm not a big fan of spiders, and I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be scared of heights. I don't want to be afraid of spiders. As far as heights are concerned, I feel like I've made some pretty good progress. In Italy, I did a cliff. Is it cliff jumping or cliff diving? I'm forgetting, but either way, whatever you call it, I did one of those, and it felt great. I was super scared, and I jumped, and it was weird. There was like a sort of serenity in the air, just a calmness, I guess. I don't know how else to call it. And I hit the water, and it was exhilarating, and it was refreshing because it was hot as fuck, and the water was really cool. And I rose to the surface, and all I could think of was, wow. Firstly, I want to do that again, and secondly, I want to jump from an even higher place. Find me a higher point to jump from. So I think as far as my fear of heights is considered, there's improvement there, but we still get a bit shaky when we get off the ground, and I'd like to just eliminate that as a thing for me. The other fear is arachnophobia. It's been that way as long as I can remember, just childhood to now. Even there's been some improvement. I've managed to more recently convince myself to hold some spiders and let them crawl over me. Particularly those on the smaller end. But after a certain, like, size threshold, it, like, reaches a point where it becomes too much. And I hate that about myself, because it feels silly, you know? If I see a little spider and I get all, you know, heart rate increases, and I'm like, oof, look at that thing. It makes me feel like a kid. I feel like I'm a boy. And not a man, you know? I don't understand why I'm panicking over a creature often no bigger than about the size of my hand at most, at least where I live. I don't want to be scared of that. I think, to be quite honest, I don't want to be scared of anything. On the day-to-day, I'm pretty good at keeping a level head and staying calm when things get stressy. Even if things get dangerous, I'm pretty good at keeping a cool head. But as soon as you involve heights or arachnids, I suddenly just shrink into this scared little boy, and I really want to just kill off that part of me and be, I guess, the closest I can to just fearless, or at least to just not experience irrational fears. So those are the journeys I mentioned. That's them elaborated on. Think of this as like a part 2 to that first upload. I think the fitness journey will probably be the longest. Probably will have the most entries, because it's a near daily thing. There will always be something to talk about. Something I'm quite proud of is that if I started properly training maybe 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago at most, every session has ended in a new personal best. So there's constant improvement. As long as that keeps going, I feel like there will always be something to talk about. And, you know, there can be setbacks as well, but I feel like with fitness, there's something there that can go on for a while and go on pretty frequently. The motorbike one I don't think will be that long. Like, the course is, I think, 5 days. Oh, depending on the course, it might even be a day long. But I don't think it'll be all that long. I think the motorbike one will probably be, like, maybe 3 or 4 videos. And then past the point that I own a motorbike, and I've got a qualification, a license to drive it, any installments past that point might be months or even years later, like, hey, I got a new motorbike now, or I drove my motorbike to this country. I think they would be way less often uploads past that point of actually getting the license and owning my first motorbike. The Phobias one, I think, will take some time. I think that's going to be fewer uploads over a longer time span, because I don't even really know where to begin with getting rid of these fears. I think you gotta confront them a lot. What's it called? Like exposure therapy? Like jumping off that cliff in Italy, or letting the spider crawl over me. I think there's just a lot of like lifestyle, day-to-day kind of changes and rewiring the way I look at these things. So I think, I don't know, maybe there'll be more like milestones, like after so many months you'll see me do like another cliff jump or a bungee jump or a skydive. And then spider-wise, it might be me like letting a spider I've caught around the apartment crawl over my hand. And then, you know, I've got a family member who knows a dude who owns like tarantulas and that, and he's supposed to be like some kind of arachnophobia therapist, where his whole thing is working with people and getting them to eventually appreciate spiders. So maybe if I could like capture that could be cool. But I don't know, I don't think that'd be an often thing, and it'd probably be some way off. I think that'd be some time away before we reach that. But all in all, that's going to be the journeys. I hope you guys are looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to get stuck into them. Some of them, like the fitness one, are already ongoing. I wish I'd started documenting that earlier, just for the amount of weight I've already lost. But I think I'll talk about that in my first fitness journey episode 1, volume 1, entry 1, first installment 1.0. introduction, whatever the heck, act 1, whatever you want to call it, that first upload in that journey, I'll probably document what I've done already, what I've done that day, and what I want to do next. So I hope you enjoy those. I hope you've had a good day or night, wherever or whenever you are. And that's all I've got to say for tonight. So you guys take care. You guys have a good one. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. 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 Bye.